stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on a giant screen with the few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What's up? Hey, everybody, what's going on? You are tuned into the Drive-In Speakerbox. It's another Monday. We're up here in the studio. I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
And I am Jake the Grill.
Yeah, with your Road Warriors t-shirt on. Look at you.
That's because this past week, Road Warrior Animal passed away. We lost, we lost him this last week, and the Road.
Would he be roadkill now? Animal? Is that too soon?
Too soon, bro.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
I feel like you really need to get hit with a doomsday now.
Or with a folding chair.
No, the Road Warriors were.
Or is that Legion of Doom?
Legion of Doom is what they were renamed when they came to the WWE.
So they were both.
Because the Warriors were already names of several other wrestlers, including the Ultimate Warrior and the Modern Day Warrior.
You can't just come out and
Von
play
Erich.
yay with a copyrighted
No,
name.
But to all wrestling fans, they are typically Road Warriors because that was their name first. And they are the greatest tag team to have ever been.
They're pretty badass. Like, I mean...
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the coolest football pads that anybody's ever had in the history of football pads.
Yeah. They had the Mad Max inspiration look. They were truly terrifying dudes that were very powerful, but they were huge in the wrestling world throughout their entire careers. And, in fact, their manager... continues on to do so, managing more tag team stuff.
Here's to the Legion of Road Warriors, pouring one out for Animal. Yeah, we lost another one. 2020, golly. Well, it is 2020, and we are back in the studio. The producer's here with us, thank God. Last week was... What did I say? Did I say something weird? Oh. My headphones looking weird?
No, I got no audio.
You got no audio? Maybe it's this thing.
Oh,
Remember?
there we go.
There you
hey.
go. See, anyway, we're in the studio. We're going to talk about movies tonight. It's the last episode before we get into November. Shout-outs there on Twitch. Hey to Vince. Say hey to Jasper over on Facebook, Johnny Dalton over on the YouTube. If you want to join into the fun and you're tuned in live on Monday night at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, you can check us out on our Twitch, our YouTube, or our Facebook. We go live every week. But if you're just wanting to catch up, you can check us out on any of those platforms, but you can also download our MP3 on wherever you get your podcasts, like Spotify.
Johnny just pointed out something perfect, and I can't believe I didn't do it. Yo, man, turn my headphones up.
Turn my headphones
up, man. Hey, yo, turn my headphones up. Yeah.
So anyway,
missed opportunities.
We've got some movies to talk about. The Grip saw a lot of stuff over the weekend on streaming. We're gonna jump into some news real quick. We also got one of our viewers, Vince from Chicago, sent us this Film Frenzy game. We're gonna open this up, check it out. I have not opened it yet. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to do a little unboxing video, and because that's what all the kids like these days. So thanks for that, Vince. But some shameless self-promotion of another podcast. If you want to check that out, you can go to lookwhatidid.net and download their episode this week. They interviewed me, so I'm on another podcast. You can check them out there. Lookwhatidid.net. Two really cool dudes. They have conversations with creators. So if you want to listen to us bullshit for about an hour about just life and what it's like to create content kind of for a living, you can check that out. Really cool dudes over there. Cool dudes. Yeah, there they are. Check them out right there. Look what they did. Daniel and I, he's the one with the beard. Oh, wait, they both have beards. The one with no glasses. He and I worked in the mall when we were teenagers together.
Cool dudes.
Yeah, so, yeah, pretty cool stuff there. Anyway, you can check that out. In the news, the money pit that is the Justice League's Zack Snyder cut continues to grow. It is up to $70 million.
Yeah.
$70 million budget on this
Maybe
movie that's already come out.
Maybe it's because they released the trailer and people saw that Darkseid exists.
And they're like, what?
Hell yeah.
There's going to be like actual cool things with Cyborg.
Get out of here, Steppenwolf.
Instead of, well, Step was going to be there a little bit.
We could just a little step. Step.
They're going to do cool things with Cyborg.
Baby steps and Wolf.
They're going to kill off Cyborg's dad and add some more trauma to his character. Because are you really a comic book hero if your parents are alive?
No, that's not good.
No, you can't. You can't be. Unless they're actually super secret spies that are hidden or something like Spider-Man nonsense.
What about the Batmans?
The Batmans, the DC
announcements, man.
What? Oh, there was more announcements about the Batman?
The Batmans.
What about the Batmans?
Are we like key and peeling right now? Real hard? Oh, does that mean that we are for sure getting some Thomas Wayne mustache double gun action?
No, actually, I was referring to
Gotham by Gaslight live action.
Oh yeah, that'd be tight. That would be tight. I was referring to the possibility of Christian Bale appearing in the multiverse in the Flash, along with Keaton. Rumors of Selena Kyle's or Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
I hate this.
I don't know if they might screw it up just by shoving it all up in one Flash movie.
How are they going to have Val Kilmer? They can't do it. So.
I know Clooney and Kilmer. Who knows? They might screw it up though. Try to put too many people on them.
They're always going to screw it up. Speaking of screwing things up, I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but Indiana Jones 5, of course, destined to be a total screw up. This is in the news. Steven Spielberg, peace out. He's like, nope, I'm over this. Y'all figure this shit out. And
Spielberg walked away from Indiana Jones.
Spielberg walked away from Indiana Jones because he's tired of arguing with Disney about the scripts. And
he's like, maybe it's because someone told him that the two that he was in charge of are garbage. Because like when Lucas was there being like, hey, bro, I don't know. Maybe have some story to it instead of just bugs and your girlfriend maybe. And then Spielberg's like, I don't need you, Lucas. Get out of here. I'm gonna make mine about Shia LaBeouf and monkeys.
So big ants and nuclear fallout.
Yeah,
and refrigerators.
You see what happens, and it's gonna be about aliens this time.
Crystal skulls.
Yeah, no. And Lucas is like, well, I mean, when I was involved, there were good ones that had Sean Connery. How about that?
There were good ones that had Short Round and Thulsa Doom. Not Thulsa Doom, Molaram. I wish they had Thulsa Doom.
Thulsa Doom just show up in Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones,
shooting snake arrows.
Spring of which you fell.
Oh, what if he shot snake arrows at Indy? Thulsa Doom would be such an Indiana Jones villain
because he hates snakes.
Yeah, that would be so good. Let's become comic book authors and artists and make that
the crossover universe. Oh man. That would be pretty. He's investigating some Egyptian snake cult, blah blah blah, and he comes across the Eye of Ra or whatever, or Set, the Eye of Set, and he like puts it on the thing, and then a big giant snake comes out of its like resting place, and it's Thulsa Doom, and India's like, and and Disney. Like, I hate snakes.
Disney owns all of the Lucasfilm properties and things and technologies, and they also have the rights to the Conan comic books again, so I think we could make it happen.
It could make it happen. Yeah. But anyway, Steven Spielberg, David Koepp, I think, exited the project. He was the initial screenwriter, but they are switching over to James Mangold, who he got a lot of popularity for directing Logan, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if it's just Indiana Jones going like cussing a lot.
What if it's the same?
It's just Logan,
the same movie, but Indiana Jones.
That would be amazing.
And instead of claws, it's just the whip or the pistol or something. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just catching over here in the comments. McLean just says, "I'd watch a Grim Fandango film." Me too. If LucasArts could pull that property back out. What? Don't shake your head. Grim Fandango. Manny Calavera going through the underworld.
Like, LucasArts point and click. Yeah, dude.
Have you played Grim Fandango?
No, but I do have the
okay. Well, then shut up. You don't even know.
I have it on my Xbox.
It is one of the greatest point and click adventure games. It has a great story. It's Manny Calavera, and it is like one part Casablanca, one part just like murder mystery noir, one part just
sounds like every other point and click.
But you're a skeleton in the underworld that you go and collect souls, but you're finding this mystery of souls that shouldn't be dead. Oh, it's so good! It's so good. Oh yeah, yeah. Grim Fandango. Oh my God, it's the best. One of the best LucasArts adventure games, hands down. It's so freaking good. The music, the art direction, the voice acting, the story. It is
better than Sam and Max.
Better than Sam and Max. Yeah. Sam and Max hold a very special place in my heart. But Grim Fandango is just a little bit more special. Dude, yeah, I'm telling you. Anyway, Steven Spielberg, blah, blah, blah. Moving on. LucasArts, a lot of stuff there. Vince said, did we know that surviving a nuclear blast in a fridge was in the original ending of Back to the Future, but Steven Spielberg finally got to put it in a movie? I did not know that.
Good job, Zemeckis, putting a stop to that.
Going, Spielberg, I think you're needed at Crafty.
Yeah. Well, Spielberg, man, I don't know. Well, yeah, no, just stop.
Just stop. Leave Indy alone. Right?
Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of ruining Indiana Jones, you know that South Park episode where they make fun of it and it's far too accurate and it hurts in your soul because it's real?
Mm-hmm.
You should check that out.
I've been out of the South Park loop for a long time.
Well, it came out right after Crystal Skull, and they're like, look what they did to him. Look. And it's probably not PC to talk about whatever they did in that episode, but it's all too real. You know what? All of South Park is currently at the Colorado Rockies baseball stadium out in the stands, and each one of them have their mask on and everything. Pretty cool, because they put Randy Marsh out there before, but now it's all of South Park.
The South Park characters. Mm-hmm. That's just so weird watching all this fanless sports. Like, I mean, I'm not like a person that watches sports anyway, but it's just such a post-apocalyptic weirdness seeing these cutout things. And
they need to do like a CG Randy Marsh out there, like getting drunk. Like, you want to go? You want to go? What are you going to do? You know, I thought this was America. Show him getting arrested.
Can we just have baseball turn into like
basketball?
No, I was gonna say like one part Major League and the other part like Eastbound and Down. We just like combine those two
fun
baseball universes and actually have good. Because I mean, who cares now anyway? There's no fans in the stands. Let's just do whatever, you know. I don't know. Speaking of people wearing masks and the spread of COVID-19, which we're still thick in the middle of, productions are getting shut down left and right. I was actually supposed to be working last week, and our production got shut down. Scream 5 has resumed filming, despite 3 of the crew members testing positive for COVID. Also, the Lord of the Rings Amazon series, which we were just talking about, has resumed filming in New Zealand because it also got shut down for some positive testing. And didn't The Batman get shut down?
Yeah, I was about to say, talking about
Rob
Batman earlier. Yeah, Rob Pattinson tested positive, but they should be back to where they're able to film again, too. So
yeah, I mean,
finish that up because that trailer came out during the Fandome. Got everyone hype.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it looks cool, and you doubted the costume, and the costume looks good.
I still doubt the costume. Anyway,
real. You put on a bat suit, see what you look like.
Yeah, it's not good. I promise.
Put on a Batmite costume.
What the hell is that?
It's Batman's version of Mitsapulitzik.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know what that is either, but
he's a little fourth dimensional fanboy.
Oh, well, that I could probably pull off. Is he, like, out of shape and short? Mm-hmm. All right, tight. We got this. Nailed.
Yeah, Batmite rules.
Also in the news, speaking of October spooky things, Blumhouse, of course, right now kind of capitalizing on all things spooky, really doing a lot of horror movies right.
Isn't that all that they do?
No, that's the only thing they do, but they're doing it right. You know, I mean, a lot of the stuff that's coming out of Blumhouse, the thing that makes that studio really cool is they really give a lot of just creative, artistic freedom to their directors and DPs and stuff. They're just like, yeah, we trust you to make this movie great. But they're making a Craft remake. And it was going to hit the theaters, but now it's going directly to Amazon VOD, probably where it belongs. I think The Craft is one of those things that exists solely in the late 90s.
I was about to say, you said doing it right, but then you said remake.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're doing it right by putting this only on VOD. You know, I mean, if you've never seen The Craft, it is like quintessential witchery, teenage angst. What's her name? Farousa Balk or whatever her name. That
Yeah, from Waterboy.
God, I had the hugest crush on her in that movie. I was like, ooh, yeah. It's like the epitome of like really attractive goth chick, you know, just like angry and still like really attractive and looks good and with like super pale skin and super dark eyeliner and can like turn you into a frog and kill you. And it's like,
that's your type, turn you into a frog.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe something happened to me when I was a kid. And I was just like, yeah, I'm into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I'm not too happy about a Craft remake. I think you should just go revisit the original. It still holds up. It's still cool. But you got a remake on the way. Lots of stuff coming on the way. Speaking of remakes on the way, Lupin the Third, the first. Have you seen the CGI animated version?
I have not.
Well, they are doing an English dub of it as well, but I'll not watch that crap. But there is a CGI version of it that came out really late last year. It still hasn't really come over to this side of the planet yet. I haven't got a chance to see it, but I really want to. But they're planning an English release with an English dub, which means we'll probably get it over here, but you can change the audio to the correct, proper Japanese language and watch it here because I really want to see it.
Well, I want to see about my boy Goemon and Jigen. Those are the cool ones. What they do with them, because each incarnation of Lupin always does something insane with Goemon.
His homies.
To change them up, you know. And then back in the original Monkey Punch comics, because that was the name of the manga author.
Not Donkey Punch, Monkey Punch.
Why would you even say it?
I don't know, because you were all thinking it.
Anyhow,
anyway,
him and Jigen were like total enemies, but then you get the animated series and
they're homies.
They're best friends. Yeah. So, I don't know.
In the comments, let's see here. Cruising through those. Travis on Facebook asks, "Why did 112 Drive-In close this weekend?" I think this was the last weekend they had actually planned. They often don't go into October because the weather's, I think, a little chaotic. And
they had movies scheduled, but they were shut down on like Friday.
Oh, really? Because I know that they had a concert on Saturday.
Yeah, it was either Thursday or Friday. They were not actually showing
The Lost Boys and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Supposed to. Yeah, but they were yesterday.
And they did on Saturday, and I think on Sunday, because Saturday was a concert.
Mm-hmm.
I know because I drove past and saw it when I was going to Sam's. So yeah, I know that they would planned on ending. And not doing a whole lot of October programming, but there's a pretty good chance that somebody on the staff tested positive for COVID. I mean that's happening everywhere, guys. Just right here in Northwest Arkansas, restaurants are having to close left and right because they're one of the things that people don't really realize is even if no one tests positive for COVID, say you're running a drive-in theater and you have a staff of 10 people. Let's say your staff is 10 folks that come out on the weekends and do this kind of part-time. And, one of those people is at their other job during the week, somebody tests positive at work. And you're like, well, I was around somebody that tested positive. I got to go test, but I can't go do anything until I get my tests back. So you're kind of screwed. And if that happens on a Friday, Saturday night, well, if you're losing 4 of your employees because they're still waiting on tests because those tests take 3 or 4 days to get your results, then that place has to shut down. It's not because there's just COVID all over the place in those businesses. It's just they're being responsible and taking the right steps. I know a couple of local businesses here that had, one person test positive out of a staff of 15, but because it takes so long to get all the results, they're just like, well, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to shut down for this weekend while we get all these results, and then we'll resume once we're in the clear. And when you see a business shut down like that, they're doing the responsible thing. And it is not hard or not easy. It's incredibly hard to make that decision because you think about a lot of these entertainment style businesses, drive-ins, movie theaters, restaurants, bars, music venues. These are Friday and Saturday night moneymakers. You're not like going, yo, let's go on a night on the town on Tuesday. That's, it's not how it goes. So you really only have maybe 8 nights in a month, maybe 12 nights in a month that you really make your money. And so to make the decision to close down for a fourth of them is really hard. So when you see a business shut down like that for a weekend, have a heart. Make sure when they reopen, you patron those businesses and you really go out and support. It's a very sensitive subject for me because I've made my living in entertainment and hospitality for the past really long time, and it's really, really hard out for people in this business right now. So there you go. And as Vince says, it's going to get a lot worse in the winter when it combines with the cold/flu and people are stuck inside. And we're already starting to see that. And this is something that I said a long time ago when this first started happening, is because people, just like that movie Outbreak, when the movie came out and everybody was like, the scene of the guy sneezing in the theater, and then you'd go into a theater and someone would sneeze and everybody like, oh, shit, and they'd think about it. You get this big placebo effect. So as we get into these colder months and everybody that goes, or whatever, people are going to freak out. And so you're going to have a lot more people, getting sympathy symptoms. You're going to get a lot of people going out and quarantining just because they're not sure, and that's fine. But it's gonna get worse. So yeah, not to go all full on in the COVID show, but it's going to be freaking nuts. And if you have the means to support your entertainment and hospitality based industries, do it. Just do it, please. These people need your help more than ever. They've been here for you for years. You've tipped poorly. You've treated them like shit for most of probably your life. Now's the time to show them that thank you. So anyway, end rant. #end rant. Now you say words.
Say something stupid.
Yeah, say something.
I don't know. What is that? The news? Is that all of the news?
We did spend 30 minutes talking. I think it's time to move forward. We could talk about Joel Edgerton going to be playing Florida Man in a Florida Man movie based off the novel Florida Man.
Oh, man, it's going to be something. Hey, you know what was in the news that is related to film? The Cannes Film Festival has actually decided that they are going to do something. Come October 27th through the 29th, they're going to air 4 selected short films that are taken from other international film festivals.
That's cool.
And they're actually going to air them to audiences, or screen them for audiences there at Cannes. So while they aren't doing the full-blown festival, they are doing a limited few days of selected short films from other festivals, so that at least there's still something there for one of the more popular of those film festivals. And give some of those independent directors and people like that a choice that haven't already had their works picked up by Amazon or Netflix or whoever the big ones that come in and purchase all of the films.
Which is pretty much what a lot of these film festivals are anymore, is just places to shop out for distribution online.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them have started to buy before the films screen at the festival, and they're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. We'll take it. And then it goes and it screens, and they're like, wow, this movie's a giant hit at the festival. It's going to be huge. And they're like, oh yeah, score. I got that movie. That's already in, so they bid on them and stuff like that. So it's given everyone a chance there, still a little bit at one of the larger film festivals where companies and people take notice of things like that. So there you go.
There you go.
How about that? Also, did you see that Salt Bae, the dude? This dude? Yeah, he got his restaurant shut down and had his license taken away because he wasn't adhering to any guidelines or regulations set forth. So
that's a bummer for him.
He had his restaurant license taken away and his alcohol license indefinitely suspended because he was open for like a week and a half, and every single day the health department had to come out there and issue a citation. So they were just like, you know what? We're done.
You're done.
Mm-hmm.
Go salt somewhere else.
Yeah, because they had groups of like 20 or 30 people standing together, no mask. Tables were less than 6 feet apart, and were not adhering to a limited number of peoples at them. All sorts of things. Staff was not wearing masks, all of that. So turns out if you're a hot meme it doesn't necessarily mean
You're
it means
above the law.
that can translate to yeah. So how about that?
Salty. Shut him down. Anyway.
Let his internet celebrity grow too big. So.
Well, did you have any other headlines that you wanted to drop on them?
Well, I think that's it. Today's the anniversary of the discovery of penicillin and the debut of pop art. But
that's not movies.
No, I mean pop art is entertainment.
Unless you like penicillin on your pizza.
Yeah. So there you go. How about
what
that?
What movie's that from?
I don't know.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. Does anybody like penicillin on their pizza? Yeah, because they get the moldy pizza and. Anyway, all right, moving on. I thought you'd know that. So I thought we could open this up and figure out what it is for the rest of the show. We got this.
We're doing that for the rest of the show?
No, because I think it's the way that this game works. I read the back of the box is you draw these cards and you play these cards while you watch
National
movies.
Beer drinking day
and
Oktoberfest. How about that?
Yeah, are you drinking an Oktoberfest right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, the official beer of Oktoberfest. Paulaner, you want one?
Wait, I mean, I guess you got one.
Yeah, bro.
I'll drink an Oktoberfest beer.
Because we missed Oktoberfest.
I'm just drinking vodka, like a proper alcoholic.
There you go.
Yeah, Paulaner Oktoberfest beer. Here you go. Cheers, dude.
There you go.
Thanks, man.
How about that? No problemo.
Bam. Hey, that's all right.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Go home, watch Beer Fest, put that in a shoe.
Fest it up.
The boot.
So Vince says that they say that for a really fast-paced game, watch the last 30 minutes of T2. So you got to watch action movies.
Yeah.
To play this card game.
When Vince was telling me about this game, it's like
open this pack.
An action movie trope game, right? The cards are supposed to adhere to the trope of action films, and each time something occurs on screen. I guess you gain points of some kind somehow. Mm-hmm. But the first movie I thought of was Terminator 2 because it's like True Lies and Terminator 2. You just
I should have had this game the other day when I watched. I was watching Tango and Cash.
Oh yeah, bro! You should have hauled
Tango
it.
and Cash is like super trope.
We could have. There was a little tear tab like a pack of gum on these things. We didn't need to be like bladed
hey,
boys
it's action
here.
movie knives.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple of these cards. And because you've got a couple of movies to talk about, and
I do.
I don't know what I didn't even read the rule sheet. I fuck it.
Rules.
It says you say the card, then put it down, and the most points at the end wins. So I'm gonna read this card. It says, "Long-haired guy. Play this card whenever a long-haired male character is seen, or play the card to cancel bald guy." So
feel attacked.
So can I play long-haired guy on you?
Yeah, bro.
All right, I'm playing long because
action movie.
Jake is a long-haired guy,
and I'm a living action movie.
He's also mainly a long-haired guy.
Well, I think that would be good for lots of movies. There, what's that one about Hawaii? Like the ridiculous.
Is it the one with the frisbee with the razor blades on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't. remember.
Did it even have razor blades? I thought
no, it had razor blades running. He throws the frisbee and
deadly
saws
frisbee.
that. Gets him right in the face.
Well, how about this one? This one's looking through lens. It says play card whenever a scene is shown through a camera, scope, binoculars, or similar view. That whole.
Oh yeah, where they're like zooming in, like beep 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 beep, which is all of them, and they're like, I can't get a clean shot.
Or just machine gun. Play card anytime a machine gun is used.
That's like every movie.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the point of the game.
You probably need to shuffle these.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Motorcycle. Whenever you see a motorcycle.
T2, easy.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I'm saying. T2. This
Mission
game was probably
Impossible.
designed around T2.
Blondie Darko says you guys should probably play Pitch Storm 2. It's a great card game where you pitch movies with whatever subject is on the card.
Oh man.
God.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Have you ever watched the show?
Yeah. You may be a new viewer to this show, but there's about 15 years of episodes of pretty much that.
I mean, it sounds like a perfect game for us, I think is what we're saying. So, you know what? Here, I'm going to write that down. Okay, we got that.
Pitch Storm.
Pitch Storm.
Yeah, here's one. Impaled by scenery. Play this card whenever a character is wounded
Let off
or
some
killed.
steam, Bennett.
Killed by a piece of scenery, either falling, pushed onto, or being impaled by. Like in The Crow, where the dude falls onto the gargoyle and all his blood comes out of the gargoyle's mouth. That's a pretty good one.
See, now, Vince has told me that he played this game with a friend, and there was some argument over a card on it. And I wonder if in that, like if something like Total Recall, where he grabs the drill from the scenery and then uses it, does that count?
That's not scenery, man. That's a weapon. That's a weapon. That was a planted weapon. Now if it was like a...
But it was in the scene because they were underground in the tunnel. And
like, like what was it? Single white female where she pushes her out the window and she dies on the white picket fence. Like, that's death by scenery. Or in Lost Boys where they shoot the arrow at him and he gets impaled into the stereo system and he gets electrocuted, and then they go, death by stereo. That's death by scenery. That's like
the arrow, though.
No, this arrow didn't kill him. It was like the...
What about where Saruman falls onto, like, the spiked water wheel?
Oh, that's totally death by scenery.
And then it just rotates and he gets crunched.
Oh, yeah.
And then Pippin grabs his ball.
Oh, dude. So Vince says that you say the card as you play it, and if the person doesn't agree, you can't play it. Says this game is on Amazon for $80. Holy crap!
Yeah, no, Vince hooked us up with a game.
Sweet, thank
definitely
you, Vince.
Appreciate it for sure. And I think I've probably told him that about 20 times.
In disguise, play whenever a character is undercover or uses as a disguise.
Yeah, like Total Recall with the face.
And it like hear a catch and blows up.
There's Quaid. Yeah. How about this one? Nightclub, strip club, or bar.
Oh, like in Beverly Hills Cop.
Every single one.
Dude, Beverly Hills Cop, the strip club scene is like the best one because Judge Reinhold's like chilling out and he's having a really good time, but then his partner's like, oh, keep sharp. And then they start loosening up, but Eddie Murphy's the one that's not. Like Axel's like, yo, I'm super loose, but watch how good of a cop I am. And the dude comes in with a shotgun. He totally holds his shit down. It's awesome.
Is there a sick theme song card in this? How about this one? Not quite dead. Play card whenever a character appears to be dead, but later returns or is revived.
Like Paul Rubens in Buffy the Vampire. Like, ooh, oh, yeah, but for like 3 minutes.
But does he come back after that? That's that's the death.
It's just a really long death.
Which Paul Rubens, I think it was Johnny maybe that pointed out earlier that
early in the comments.
In the animated version of Batmite, Paul Rubens does his voice.
I love Paul Rubens.
Oh yeah, Paul Rubens is great.
I got a kitchen scene. Play a card whenever there's a scene that takes place in the kitchen, or +1 if there's a fight in the kitchen. Dude, like everything. I mean, I'm
Time
like
Cop,
Gremlins, which is right here in the background. Like everything is
the mom.
And it's October very soon. Halloween. Like almost everything takes place in the kitchen in that movie.
How about this one? Potty mouth. Just anytime someone curses or uses foul language. So.
That's a gimme. That's
why it's only a 1 point. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Lab scenes.
Wet streets. Oh, that one.
Lock and load. Play the car whenever you hear or see a character load a gun or cock a weapon, and +1
that would
if
be
they
great
actually
for John
say lock
Wick.
and load. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all the time because it has like realistic loading instead of. How about this one? Reprimand. Whenever a character is verbally scolded by a superior boss or mentor, like Lethal Weapon.
Oh, which is one of my favorites is, and shut up if you don't think this movie's good. Last Action Hero, which is this movie that's basically this card game of tropes. Shut your mouth. Last Action Hero is pretty good. If go back and when's the last time you watched Last Action Hero?
When it came out, and I hated it.
You're stupid. Go back and watch it.
No, there were way better Schwarzenegger movies at the time. Like Eraser was sick.
Go back and watch Last Action Hero.
Watch Eraser.
Because the thing about Last Action Hero is so ahead of its time because it was making fun of the action genre, and every one of these tropes is super in this in that movie.
The thing about it is that it was rewrote about like 12 times.
Shut up. Last Action Hero is good, and it's a pretty good pinball game. And his boss, the captain, is super awesome. And you're wrong on all fronts.
And then it has the bad guy from Roger Rabbit show up to try to kill him.
No, it has the bad guy from Game of Thrones, man.
How about this? Take a swim. Whenever someone is in a hot tub, pool, or sauna is in the scene, or if any character falls or dives into water. How about that?
That's
many. Like all of them.
So many.
Every one of them. You could play this with like not action movies too, like Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Yeah, a movie that just has action in it.
Yeah. How about that?
We'll have to play this. We'll have to do something on like our Twitch where apparently people get so many views, not with shows like what we're doing. We're just gonna put on wigs and we're gonna like watch. We're gonna say we're watching Star Wars for the first time, and then we'll play this game, and we'll get millions of views. That's gonna be the new drive-in speaker box.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Well, Vince says that the instructions are fun and have jokes in them too. So we'll definitely have to.
We'll have to check this out.
Actually play.
Okay, so now that we flipped through these cards and I got some of the cards in my hand, what movies did you see this weekend?
Ooh! I watched several movies, and I don't know which one to talk about first. I guess I'll talk about the oldest that I know of first, and which was the DC's animated Man of Tomorrow, which is still fairly new. May have not been able to see it yet.
So I'm going to play the card when you were talking about this movie. Play a card whenever characters engage in a fist fight. I'm pretty much sure there's lots of fist fights.
It's full of fist fights because this is a new take on the origins of Superman, kind of like a Superman Year One type situation. Clark Kent is fresh in the city of Metropolis. He's young. He's an intern at the Daily Planet, not a full reporter. And he is still doing the Superman thing, kind of moonlighting, doing that. He's just a guy with goggles and a jacket on. No cape, no uniform, but it does show the origins of that.
Okay.
And he doesn't find out his origins until he's confronted by Lobo, who shows up to hunt.
Dude.
Yeah, one of my favorite DC characters there, who shows up to hunt down the last Kryptonian.
The main man.
And then it brings in the Martian Manhunter. So yeah, you have Superman, Lobo, a take on Parasite that I have not seen until this movie. I don't know if that's fresh for DC Animated or if that came from the comics, because I am a bit behind on the comics. But spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1, earmuffs. Parasite is Matthew Broderick Godzilla for some reason. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it happens.
Because it'd be cooler if it
remove
was.
your earmuffs. But you get Lobo, Martian Manhunter, and Superman. You get the last of their kind in each of their races. Lobo plays a big pivotal role in Superman's development, which I thought was fun. And everything he says is like a joke. He doesn't take anything serious. And it shows how Lois Lane gets her start as someone at the Daily Planet. And Luthor starts his criminal path and all of that stuff. So you get a lot of fun things in the movie.
Lex Luthor
now, the only
is awesome. Can I just...
Not when it's voiced by Zachary Quinto.
No.
Because he doesn't have the same threat that Clancy Brown.
Dude. Clancy Brown
is Lex Luthor.
Clancy Brown is Lex Luthor. I'm just talking Lex Luthor, the character, is my kind of...
As long as it's not live action.
No. I'm just talking about the character.
Jesse Eisenberg.
I'm not talking about live action. I'm talking about Lex Luthor, the character.
That's what I'm saying. That character
is my kind of
legit
villain. And, I love characters like this because they're just dudes that are smart. I think human beings that are just living off their wits and resources given to them without mutant mega powers, standing up to dumb buttholes with mega powers. Those are the people I rally behind.
I like how Blondie Darko says Man of Tomorrow is millennial Superman, where instead of kryptonite is his weakness, it's his student loans. That would be Man of Today. That would be Man of Today starring me. So I think that's why it's Man of Tomorrow in the futuristic setting of Metropolis, where they have Star Labs and a sprawling metropolis of niceties and some utopian things there. But it's not bad. Lobo was done very well, which he doesn't get very often. The voice was good. Everything about him being rowdy and rough was present. Not quite as much as I would have liked for it to be as a Lobo fan, but it was there. And it was fun to get to see him take a bigger role in things, even though he too seemed to bow to the whims of Luthor, which was,
he's a mercenary. He's incentivized by...
Well, yeah, but what money and what power does Luthor have that could convince a intergalactic bounty hunter that is Lobo?
Well, I mean, the thing about Lex Luthor,
human.
No. The thing about guys like Lex Luthor, they're going to be able to read Lobo and be like, I got something that you need. Whether or not he does at the time, he's going to be able to stall and figure it out and read the room and figure out a situation. Because dudes like Lobo are like, yo, dude, I'm here to get rowdy.
Social
all
currency,
Lobo
reputation.
Is a cool
and Lex Luthor will be like,
cool buzz
and
like, some tasty waves.
Yeah,
man.
he'll be like, well, Mr. Lobo, we have in development here at Luthor whatever labs, we've got the coldest beers and the raddest space motorcycles. If you'll just hang out here.
Yeah, well.
And then be like, that sounds great, dude. And
yeah. Well, and there was some good, outside of Zachary Quinto being miscast as Lex Luthor, not that he didn't do a good job, just that he's not Lex Luthor because he sounds like a meek little dweeby nerd.
Because that's Zachary Quinto, man.
Spock boy. Yeah, but Lex is Clancy Brown, you know. You have some good voice acting by like Alexandra Daddario, who is Lois Lane. She did a fantastic job. Ma and Pa Kent were good.
Blondie Darko says Lobo is neutral, chaotic. They bow to the almighty dollar.
But what dollar on earth has any
doesn't matter
weight to Lobo?
It's not. We're talking not about American currency. He's a mercenary.
I know that's what I'm saying. There's no elements.
Value.
There's nothing on earth that would matter to him. It doesn't.
He
matter.
doesn't know that.
It's a decent movie.
Various precious metals he may have collected, including kryptonite.
But he has the only source of kryptonite on the entire planet in the movie, so it doesn't matter. Anyhow, it's a decent movie when it doesn't turn into 1990s
I always
Godzilla.
play a neutral, chaotic character in D&D, so I'm
Lobo.
Yeah.
Outside of 90s Godzilla that it turns into, which is the climax for some reason, it would be a good introduction to DC and Superman for someone who's not quite familiar with it, as it does give you an introduction to Superman, to Lois, to Lex, to Lobo, and the origins and things like that, and which is fine and fantastic. But if you know things about characters like Martian Manhunter, when you see things happen, it's very predictable. You know,
it's good that they included him though.
Oh yeah, it was great to have Martian Manhunter. It was awesome. But it's a good introduction to Superman overall. So
what about the Easter eggs?
Worth a watch.
Easter eggs in there, little mentionings of
characters and hidden things. Yeah. The Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a few references.
Yeah, they made it where Batman's the coolest boy, and they do say the
and that's
sector
another thing about
they talk about
characters I'm talking about.
They talk about the Green Lantern sector that they're in and everything. Yep. So there's fun things like that are there for DC fans.
That's why
but
Batman
it works better as an introduction for non-fans.
He's just a dude.
So it was pretty good. You know what else I watched that we've been talking about on the show here lately?
Oh, I wanted to hit this comment before it passed. Johnny said, "Parasite looks like the Is from the Max," which is yes.
Yeah.
Just one of the. I think it's the from the other zone, the Savage Land. No, they're white in the Savage Land. They're purple or black in the modern day. I don't know, whatever. But yes.
Isn't Savage Land from Marvel?
I mean, it's also in the Max. He has that's where she's the queen of whatever, and he's not like a homeless person.
I see. You know what else I watched since we've been talking about it? I watched Guest House with Pauly Shore.
The Weasel.
Yeah, and he's pretty much the only reason to watch the movie. There is some fun stuff. You get Lou Ferrigno and Lou Ferrigno Jr.
Lou Ferrigno Jr.
Mm-hmm. But Lou Ferrigno is definitely, he steals the movie in the scenes that he's in. He's fun in that. But you have a lot of internet personalities like Ed Bassmaster and Liz Katz. Some cosplayers and YouTubers show up in there.
Well, because Pauly Shore is kind of an avid YouTuber now.
Yeah,
and
you have Steve-O and Bobby Lee there too. So you get some famous comedians and people of entertainment. And Billy Zane is in it. And
oh yes,
Billy Zane. Yeah, he's the David Arquette.
You did it. You finally did it.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, we have to go back real quick. Vince says that he will never get Pauly Shore. I mean, what's to get about fun, man?
He's just a dude that has good times, man.
Watch Encino Man. Watch Son-in-Law.
Yeah, watch the Goofy movie.
Oh yeah.
Watch Son-in-Law. Watch Biodome.
Oh yeah, Viva Los Biodome.
I mean,
but
if you ever existed in the '90s and watched, what is it?
In the Army Now?
No. It was the MTV Spring Break, like Chilling with the Wees or whatever it was. Dude, it was so good.
Pauly Shore is cool, man.
Pauly Shore is cool.
He's very funny. But back to the other movie there, I did watch You Cannot Kill David Arquette documentary about David Arquette and his return to the world of professional wrestling. And it was something.
Pauly Shore is for everyone, Vince. Just so you know.
Which Pauly Shore wrestles in Son-in-Law. He does the mud wrestling. But
buddy,
in the You Cannot Kill David Arquette, you get to see kind of the journey of someone who was at one time very big and prominent in the world of professional wrestling, but the fans did not appreciate a lot of the talent. Thought that he was hurting the business, things like that. And you get to see all of that anger and people trying to take out retribution on him. And a lot of it's really sad and kind of pathetic on the people's part that are doing that to him, because a lot of people are trying to, give him an introduction into the business the hard way, which is really not the way to do it. But you see him persevere through that, and it's kind of touching. It makes you really feel for him, and then it shows his success, but it really ends on a sad note, because spoiler alert about real life, he's very good friends with Luke Perry, who passed away during the filming of the documentary, and you get to see there that he gets to share a match with Jungle Boy, who is actually Luke Perry's son. I like how every time on the show I talk about anything that holds weight or emotion.
Well, you just said Jungle Boy. That's the
name
song.
of the wrestler.
That's
man.
the name of the song.
It's Luke Perry's son, and he passed away, and they got to wrestle together and share the moment.
Was that not his theme song?
No.
Should have been.
Also, Jungle Boy is a very big wrestler in AEW, so he's part of the new thing, and you get to have like a big emotional moment in the film, and it's a very good documentary.
I'm having an emotional moment because Jungle Boy's a good song,
especially if you're not big on wrestling. A lot of it, you get to see things. You get some behind the scenes on the business. You get to learn about some things. You get to see him go through luchador training and train with some very famous wrestling trainers that train people that enter things like WWE and AEW now. So it's enlightening and touching, and you get a broad range of everything that a documentary is supposed to provide. So it's good. I would definitely recommend watching You Cannot Kill David Arquette, especially if you have questions or anything about the wrestling business that it might be able to help answer there. A lot of fun watching that. Actually, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Right on.
And you get to see the dangers of wrestling.
So there was one of our local bartenders here in Northwest Arkansas. I'm not going to name names, but he used to work at Kingfish. He was out traveling, blah blah blah, but doing thrift shopping with David Arquette this week.
Oh, very cool.
So we're officially Kevin Bacon 1 degree separated from David Arquette now.
Super cool. Maybe that means that I'll hold the gold next.
Maybe. Did you see anything else? We got a few more minutes. We got a couple more minutes.
That was it. Those were my movies. Those were the ones that I watched. I finally watched the 2 movies that I said I was going to, and I watched The Man of Tomorrow. So there we go.
Well, so, in the next couple of weeks, it's going to get spooky around here. Sorry I've been on my phone a ton today because I've got 3 days to build a Halloween pop-up bar, and one of my days has just ended. But if you guys live in Northwest Arkansas, if you're listening here in our region, we're doing the Nightmare on Block Street pop-up bar, Halloween bar, that's going to be going live hopefully Friday if we get everything up and running. With a preview night on Thursday, but you guys don't get invited to that. Maybe you do. I don't know. But we're gonna be doing this. It's we're gonna get spooky.
Do I get invited?
Are you actually gonna come?
I mean, maybe if I was invited.
Well, I haven't sent out invitations yet.
We'll see if I get one, people.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That'll be on the next episode of Driving Speakerbox. But yeah, it's gonna get spooky in here. As always, what we do here in October. Back when I used to play film scores, we used to do lots of spooky music, but we can't do that anymore because FCC and blah blah blah. But we're going to be talking about spooky things, giving you guys some fun recommendations for the month. And by the time Halloween rolls around, we may have. I'm trying to get this guy to dress up as his Sea of Thieves character.
There's no way I have the money to make that costume.
You basically have most of it. It's
it's me.
It's yeah. You got that part. I've got a pirate hat. We can put a feather in it. Yeah, we're set. But yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks for you, so stick around. But if you want to check out more on Nightmare on Block Street, you can go to nightmareonblockstreet.com. You can check that out, and you will be able to see what we're doing for the month. It's a whole month long of Halloween celebrations. So we're gonna have lots of themed zones. We're gonna have a Nightmare on Elm Street zone. We're gonna have a Hocus Pocus zone. We're gonna have a Camp Crystal Lake zone. We're gonna have all this cool stuff. So you should, if you're in the Northwest Arkansas area, come check out Pinpoint Fayetteville. It's over on Block Street.
You know what would be really fun for a Camp Crystal Lake zone is if you can't do it with COVID, but what would be fun I'm
looking for a beat up old life jacket.
Well, in a non-COVID world, if you did like traditional Halloween bobbing for apples type thing, but every now and then, like Jason from the first movie would pop up.
Just pop up out of it.
Yeah. So not every time, so that not everyone knew about it.
In slow-mo.
Yeah. And it would be like one of those games for kids, like board games, where each time it gets closer and you never know who's going to get it, but then it's
a Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah, deformed, like creepy Jason pops up.
Well, yeah, I actually found a sweater that looks like Jason's mom's sweater, and I was torching it, and we got a Nightmare on Elm Street zone.
What if?
And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys.
What if I just show up? What's that horror movie that we talk about all the time, and I should know its title, and I can't think of it. A sleepaway camp. What if I do sleepaway camp as my costume, and I just walk in with a knife in my hand, just dick out, and I'm like.
So, well, keep your dick in.
But then it's not the sleepaway camp costume.
True.
Spoiler alert from a movie that's been out forever. At the end of the movie,
Hatchet Man.
Yeah.
Dick's out there. But on the weekends, on Friday and Saturday nights, we may have some special surprises.
It's gonna be me in the sleepaway camp.
It's gonna
costume.
be him with his dick out.
Yeah.
So please, no restraint. We're gonna have you sign a waiver that's like a sexual assault waiver.
No.
So if you see a man with his dick out, don't call the police, and please don't sue me.
Yeah, dude, sleepaway camp for Harambe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, no.
Is that not the easiest costume ever, though, to just do sleepaway camp? Everyone's like, dude, why are you naked? And you're like, sleepaway camp, bro.
You should be the guy from, what is it, Black Christmas 2, where he's like, garbage day! That dude.
Are you talking about the guy that just, like, runs at people and, like, stabs them? Yeah.
Garbage day! Actually, you should be Roddy Piper from They Live. That's who you should be. So you can, or Hell Comes to Frogtown, and you could just go around telling people that you come here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and you're all out of bubblegum, or whatever the line is.
Yeah, but who would be my Keith David, though?
I don't know. We'll find somebody. We can find somebody. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on all those social medias. We got the Facebooks, we got the Twitch, we got the YouTube. You can tune in live every Monday night at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you want to get that podcast, you can find it wherever you download your podcast, Spotify, Tuned In, Twitcher, or whatever, Stitcher FM. I don't know. You find it. But anyway, we'll be back next week. We're gonna play some of this game over the week. We're gonna learn how to do it. Thanks to Vince for hooking us up with Film Frenzy, and maybe see more content from that. Anyway, I'm the Boom Operator.
I'm the Grip.
We'll see you next week, guys.